Today we are finishing the summer series, which was what has the summer series been on? Fruits of the Spirit. That's good that you've been paying attention this summer. But it's been on the fruits of the Spirit, and we have all the way to the very end. We're wrapping it up today, and so we are very excited because the fruits of the Spirit is something that Paul laid out for us, and it is characteristics that we need to have as followers of Jesus Christ. The things that are said in that passage are the characteristics and the attributes that we need to display as followers of Jesus Christ, as disciples for Jesus Christ. And so we thank Paul for this, because we have learned in this series also that you can't just pick and choose. You can't just have bananas and grapes. But in fact, you need to be the whole fruit basket. You need to eat the whole fruit cake, as I think I've said before. But you need that. You need to have it all. And so let's look at that passage one last time, but I hope just for this series, but it's a passage that you will be able to look at all the time. And it states this, so let's read it together as we conclude this series. And it states this, it says, "But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Against such things there is no law." And so today it lands on self-control. That is what we're discussing today. It's the last one. And I don't know if Paul was just sitting there like, I need one more to make an even 9. I don't think he was thinking that. Okay, I don't know. I haven't taken a math class in a long time. Maybe you guys haven't either. All right, okay. But we make it an even 9. Anyway, so he puts this in here because it is important. It is important for us as followers of Jesus Christ. And something that I've learned as I've been working on the sermon for this week is that self-control, in fact, is important for humanity. I came across this crazy article, and because of this, I need a couple volunteers. And so, Drew, why don't you start working on your way down here? And then I think, Ben, you want to come up? And Adam, why don't you come up? Yeah, and Jake. That'd be good. So, hurry up, Drew. You're the slowest. And you have the longest legs. All right, you guys, I want you to stand up right here. Oh, this study is male-dominated now, I'm realizing. Well, that's just how it's going to have to be. Megan, you're not going to. All right, Jake and Ben, you stare at that. Don't touch it. Some of you are thinking, Alex is just eating marshmallows through the church service? Okay, and Adam and Drew, you will look at this. So I came across this study done by Walter Mischel, and it's dealing with self-control. And it's called the marshmallow test. And so some of you are thinking, this is crazy, but maybe it is. I don't know. But this marshmallow test, he tested four-year-old children. Are any of you 4? Okay, so this test is not going to be scientific here. But in the 1960s, he tested four-year-old children, a bunch of 4-year-olds, for self-control. And he called it the marshmallow test. The children were each given a marshmallow and told, they were given all of these marshmallows. They were given a marshmallow and they were said, if you just look at this marshmallow and you don't eat it, if you have this marshmallow and you don't eat it, and when I come back, you'll get 2 marshmallows. Okay, guys? So you just look at those marshmallows, and by the time that I'm done, you can have 2 of those marshmallows. I'm not going to keep you up here for the whole sermon, just this illustration. So don't worry about that. If you pass out, then no. And so he said, I'll give you that 1 marshmallow to this 4-year-old kid, and he said, if you don't eat it, if you have the control not to eat this marshmallow, when I come back, you will get 2 marshmallows. And so, you see what the study comes out. But it was crazy. This study, 70% of these 4-year-old kids, what do you think? Do you think they ate the marshmallow? You're right. They ate the marshmallow. Adam? They ate the marshmallow. They ate the marshmallow. But then there were 30% who didn't. And it was interesting to see what these 30% did. These 30%, they hid. They closed their eyes. They didn't look at it. They turned around. They started singing Sesame Street songs. They started doing anything possible to get their mind off of the temptation in front of them. How interesting is that? And so this marshmallow test is actually a test that this guy just wanted to say, I want to prove that we can, one, measure self-control. But the second thing is this that he wants to say, because in the scientific world, intelligence is the greatest variable, correct? I mean, if you're going to succeed, you need to be intelligent. That's what I see that we have educators out here, they may be saying that. But the next thing but what he wants to prove with this is that more important than intelligence is self-control. Because even the most intelligent person still has to do their homework, right? And so what he's wanting to show here is how important self-control is. All right, good job, guys. Since you didn't get in, you can have 2. You get 2. Or you can take the plate. Yeah, share them. There you go. Just take the plate out. Yeah, there you go. Go for it. Yeah, I don't need them at my house, so we can start a fire up here maybe, and I don't know. But yeah, so this marshmallow test, the scientific world is showing to us how important self-control is. Because it's not just a thing where we can read it in the Bible, we can read the fruits of the Spirit and say yada, yada, yada. But here we have in the world, they're saying to us, self-control will make you successful. Self-control is something that is greater than intelligence. And I think that's pretty important. I don't know if Paul was thinking that. I don't know if he was going around and doing like fishes and loaves of bread tests with 4-year-old kids, part of the ministry. But he thought that this was something important, this idea of self-control. And I think in our lives, we can begin to really understand, really relate with this. Because we're faced with issues every day of self-control. It's that, what I was trying to tell to the kids up here, it's that one more cookie, when we're on a diet. Should I have that half a pizza or the whole thing type of thing? And we go for the whole thing. The salad or the hamburger, We have that self-control issues. And some of it's bigger than that. It's what is stuff I look on the internet. Do I have the control? Just because it's there doesn't mean I have to look at it. I don't have to. And then there's the other stuff. Is it okay for one drink or one more drink or one more drink or a drink after that? And we have these issues that we can struggle with, that we can say to ourselves, where is the control lie? And who is even controlling me? And do I even have control of this situation? And so we find ourselves saying, am I under control? And in being under control, I think God would say, in being under control, you are a follower of me. And so it's something that we need to look at. And so we see that this is important. It's something that we're faced with in our lives. And then we see we can turn to the Bible, which is always helpful, and we can find things. We see in the first verse that I want to look at in Proverbs, which is translated by, it's the Message passage, and it states this. And look at this thing back here while it states that. Look at that. I was cleaning the garage out, so I had to bring that in here. But look at this. It says, a person without self-control is like a house with its doors and windows knocked out. A person without self-control is like a house with its doors and windows knocked out. I don't know how many of you have ever spent the night in a house or in an apartment, I don't know where windows have been busted out, where maybe you've spent the night in a car and the window or something has been busted out. I don't know what it may be. I hope not, but I know that there's situations that may have happened in your life. But it's got to be terrifying. The first thing I think of is just this idea of the terrifying fact of the elements. When it's cold out, the wind coming through. And just coming through at any time at once. The snow and the rain and the heat for that matter. Just everything coming through. There's nothing keeping it out. Nothing keeping it out. And so you have the elements just blowing through your house. Piles of snow coming in and just staying there. Another interesting thing with that is when you turn your heat or your air on, it just goes out. It just comes and goes. There's nothing that's stopping it. It just comes and it just goes. Then the terrifying fact is that animals, bugs, anything, strangers, robbers, the kid down the street can just walk through. There's nothing stopping it. There's nothing stopping it.